Hey guys, it's another episode of KOZ TV. I'm TJ Graney with KOZ, and this is
David Porter.
David Porter. He's got his KOZ sweatshirt on.
Get your gear.
Hey, good. That was a good sales pitch. Hey, we were just we're here at David's Saturday. He does first Saturday of the month, and we're having this conversation about one of the boys that we just love. This kid, and it's the first of 2021, and Grandma didn't let him come. He's not here this time?
Right. Well, last month was the first month she made the decision because of his failing classes that he couldn't come to KOZ, and it really bothered him greatly. But here he is again this month not showing up. I had called her to leave a message for him to call me because I wanted to tell him, you know, it's important for your grades. But this led me and TJ to a conversation we're having now.
And the conversation is that the struggle that we have between expectations for our boys to step up and do hard things and figure out their grades, and then the reality of a kid today, a boy today, especially in our age bracket, 8 to 18, 12 to 15, 11 to 15, and really what they can do or the expectations on them, it's hard. And I was telling David this last year, if you haven't had me and I had to do everything online, I wasn't doing it anyway, but I really wouldn't have been doing it then. And to have those expectations, and even before this, when our boys have been misbehaving at home or doing things and struggling with their moms, you know, my encouragement was, no, keeping him out of KOZ is not the best option. At least it was my thought that it was not the best option, because this is the one place where he'll come and it'll be pretty strict. I mean, he's not going to be goofing off. He's going to hear the word. He's going to hear right and wrong. He's going to see men speaking into his life. And that's a struggle I think all KOZ leaders are going to have with boys and their moms, and making decisions on how that works. And I think you are kind of validating it, but you were also saying how when your daughters were challenged, and daughters are so much different than boys a lot of times, but even your daughters stepped into the challenges and moved forward. But what do you think? Do you think just every boy? I mean, should we just call the mom and just say, look, we really think it's, and that's what I've done in the past, is I just call the mom and say, I think it's good for him to come. I know it's something he loves and you can withhold it from him, but maybe withhold something else, TV.
Yes. Yeah, and he's being raised by his grandmother, and his aunt is the one that actually brought him in to the group, and both of them have went on and on about what it's meant to him. They know how much it means to him, and they like to use it to try to inspire him to get better grades, you know. But we were talking about the difference in this year with coronavirus and being locked in a room, you know, all day long, every day. I mean, these boys have got to get out of that box and get outdoors, because you got to weigh, you know, what's going to be better for them. You know, try to get grades so they can make good grades in school and become a scientist, or, you know, do we need to get them out here in the woods where they can learn the Word of God and, you know, have fellowship with their buddies, because that's just going to be a lot more healthy in the long run.
Or you know, you guys got that old truck, y'all are going to change the oil on, teach them to do something with their hands.
A trade, right.
So they can learn a trade. I mean, you know, okay, so they just barely make it through high school or whatever, get their GED. But man, they can be a plumber, an electrician, they can mow lawns.
Yeah,
you know, as long as they're chasing Jesus, right?
That one day that he could be here to work on that truck could be something that, you know, is a moneymaker for him and his family for the rest of his life. And like you said, you know, a lot of KOZ boys and men also, I don't think are, you know, college people. You know, a lot of them I think are going to be trade people like I am and Brother Richard, we all make money our own way, and we're trying to show these boys to walk after the Lord and teach them trades and teach them how to provide for their families in time of famine or, you know, in good times, either one. But I just think, you know, we've got to weigh these things out on, you know, being strict about the grade thing when you have a year like we have. It's not fair to the kids what they're having to go through.
Well, and I think even on a regular year, I mean, even when we had begun this program, the love for KOZ that the boys have and the meaning for it, I think it may be a miscalculation for a mom to withhold that when this may be the one place where they're getting that input. So, brothers, we just want to let you know that you're not struggling with this stuff on your own. It's not new to us. The struggles that you have with trying to get your boys there, trying to navigate this stuff, we walk in this with you guys. And first thing is prayerfully consider, just go to prayer about it. You know, Lord, what do you have to say about this boy? And, you know, how do I navigate this with his mom or his grandma or his aunt or wherever he's living, whoever he's living with? How do I navigate that? And then call some of your other HTLs. You get together as a group of HTLs, your men, and have that conversation. You know, y'all come up with a plan among yourselves. But I think one of the things that really struck me was communicating with their parents about what really happens at KOZ and how it is foundational in their future, what it'll mean for them later. Even if they're not doing good right now, in the future they're going to look back on this, and you guys are going to give them stepping stones and direction in what really, really, really matters, which you can be a C student and, man, you can be a stud, and or you can be an A student and be a stud. But without Jesus, come on.
That's right.
All right, brothers, that's KOZ TV. Love you. David Porter, TJ Graney, checking out. Regulators.
Mount up.